Welcome to Threats, Attacks, and Vulnerabilities. Now, in our previous session, we've looked at information assets and how important it is to protect them. Well, in this lesson, we'll be focusing on cyber threats, attacks, and vulnerabilities in cybersecurity and how these things affect our assets. So, what is a threat? This is just any potential danger to an information asset. It's the bad thing that may happen if the assets are not well protected. Some examples of threats are viruses, malware, and phishing. So, what is a threat actor? Threats can come from various sources and are usually associated with threat actors. The threat actors are the individuals or groups or organizations that initiate or carry out malicious activities in the cyberspace. What's an attack? This is the exploitation of vulnerabilities um, to with the objective of stealing or damaging an information system. Now, when you carry out an attack, you do that by exploiting weaknesses in software or systems, and in order to gain unauthorized access to personal information, financial data. Sometimes the objective is to take control of the device. And a real life example of an attack, let's look at the ransomware attack that was conducted by WannaCry. Now, this WannaCry ransomware attack targeted outdated Windows systems that lacked a certain security patches. And the attack affected over 200,000 computers all over the world. And it spread very quickly, rapidly, and led to the encryption of files. Now, after the files got encrypted, the threat actors demanded for ransom payments for getting the decryption key. And this is something that didn't affect only businesses; it affected lots of individuals. Another one is the Target store attack that happened in 2013. This one happened because there was a vulnerability in a third-party software application. So it wasn't the application that Target themselves had developed. It was a third-party application that they were using that was integrated into their own system. And the malware was installed on point of sale or POS systems. And this attack led to the theft of lots and lots of personal data, financial information, and this affected millions of their customers. This had a massive financial impact on them as an organization. Now, another real life example of an attack is the spear phishing attack on the DNC in 2016. DNC is also the Democratic Party in the US, and this was a social engineering attack that used a fake login page, and their employees were tricked into providing login credentials, and this led to lots of sensitive information like emails and documents getting stolen. Now, how do you stay protected? How do you protect against threats, attacks, and vulnerabilities? Well, first of all, keeping software updated with the latest security patches helps you to plug the gaps, helps you to resolve a lot of these vulnerabilities that are well known. And then conduct proper security assessments to um, all software that you are using, and also provide security awareness to employees. Of course, we'll talk a lot more about controls, but for now, we're focusing on the threats, attacks, and vulnerabilities. Conclusion: awareness of cyber threats, attacks, and vulnerabilities is super important because you need to be aware of them to be able to take proactive steps to protect your digital assets. Same way you have to be aware and informed about what the information assets are, you also need to be informed about what the threats and attacks are. You also need to understand what vulnerabilities are, what causes them, and how to prevent them or how to fix them. And by keeping software updated and conducting security assessments and with security awareness, we can reduce vulnerability to cybercrime and safeguard our information. Thank you. We'll meet in the next lesson.